Myisha. Okay, nothing.
Sorry, I got you. For Arike, I was just curious, what challenges do you think you faced adjusting to this offense this season?
Let me know what you see. I see a lot of tweets from you. Let me know what you see.
Sure.
Go ahead.
You want answers?
No, you go ahead.
From him, yeah.
I think that you're a great player, and I think you're making the adjustment to this offense. And that's just my opinion.
Oh, you
But
saying
I'd love to hear your thoughts.
other stuff on Twitter, but it's just adjustments, like you said. New offense, new coach, new team. Still making the adjustments. Just trying to help my team win, and just trying to get better every game.
In the second half, it seemed like the bigs were like sealing pretty well and helping, create driving lanes. Just was that something that that helps the offense whenever there's like good positioning and things of that nature?
I think in the second half, look at you.
Take me out.
I
Let's
think
set this up.
I think in the second half we did what we should have done in the first half. Obviously, we came out with a lot more intention to just get out in transitions, but that started with getting stops. So, if we can put two halves together like the second half, I think we're in good shape. But I think that's been the story all year long, is putting, two halves together, 4 quarters together. So just these next 5 weeks, just locking into that and just building.
Myisha, how did you feel returning from injury? You obviously provided the spark offensively and defensively off the bench tonight.
Oh, thank you. I was feeling it. But at the end of the day, I just wanted to be there for my teammates. I'm feeling it, but I get to play basketball already.
Myisha, the third quarter was a really strong one, but then there was some separation from New York kind of in the fourth quarter. Just what were some of the things that went well in the second half, and then maybe some things that can be improved?
Yeah, I think the second half would touched on. Sorry, I was putting 2 words together. What she touched on was just us able to get stops. We were able to get stops, and then we were able to run in transition and get easy points. That's really what we were able to do in the second half. We were doing a lot of live ball turnovers in the first quarter, and then that puts us in a hole. Now we have to climb out of that hole. But, once we stopped turning the ball over, especially live ones, we were able to settle down and play defense and get stops. But our offense was just clicking because we were able to get stops in the second half.
Arike, what did you see from your new teammate, Diamond Miller? How does she kind of blend with the team? How does she fit in with the chemistry on the team right now?
Yeah, she's really vocal. I think we saw that from the moment she stepped onto the team. She had a lot to say, but it's great hearing other insight, especially her coming from a team that was just in the finals with a Hall of Fame coach in Cheryl, and just like the team that obviously Minnesota is, historically, like just bringing insights of what she saw with that team. Anything to switch up, change up. So her being vocal, and then like she runs the floor. She's just an energy player. She's long, so she uses her length, and I think this is a good step for her, and she's going to keep getting better. But I just love how vocal she is, and how she just doesn't stop moving.
Asia on the Zoom.
Hi, ladies. Asia from W Swish. What was the most challenging aspects in tonight's matchup against New York as opposed to Tuesday's matchup?
Ask that again.
Challenging aspects
What was the
tonight compared to
most
Tuesday?
challenging aspects in tonight's matchup against New York as opposed to Tuesday's matchup?
I think a lot of it, obviously they're an amazing team, like great team. But we were just handing them the ball in the first quarter. Yes, they were holding good defense, but we were also passing it right to them. So cleaning up the turnovers, they got probably 10, 15 points off of just that in the first quarter, and that put us in the hole. And then, we have to climb out the hole. And with a team like that, especially a team that just won a championship, climbing out a hole is you have to play your best basketball, and then you have to stop them. And it's kind of hard to, score everything and stop them, a championship team. So just the turnovers, I think we put a lot of the pressure, and on ourselves to get out of that hole, but turning it over. But obviously, they moved the ball. I think they played the same game as they did. I think we did better on, holding them to the 3-pointers, even though they still had 26. But, they had 10, and they still got a lot up. But I think we got a hand up more so than we did on Tuesday. So, yeah, I think the first half, just the turnovers, and they were just having their way with us. In second half, we came out with more energy and more intent on defense.
Arike, kind of on that note, Grace started that third quarter alongside you, seemed to steady things and open up some lanes for you to get to the basket. What was her impact on the game tonight?
Yeah, Grace is, a player that every team, would want, would need. Whatever she needs to do, whether it's, play on the ball, play off the ball, hold defense, like she's willing to do it. And she's a really smart player. So she takes what the defense gives. She looks for the players that need the ball, and she just does her job. So just her being aggressive and, kind of hunting people to get the ball and then just creating space for us was big.
Rob, go ahead.
Thank you. Rob Johnson, the podium finish. My question's for Arike and Myisha. With all the adversity this team has faced all year long, what's been the most encouraging thing you've seen on the court and in the locker room in terms of growth and progress? And what does it say to you both that this team can bring a fight to a tough squad like New York?
Myisha.
I mean, we're in every game. So it's showing that we're still sticking together. Like, the locker room is strong. That's never been an issue. As soon as I got here, like, that was like one of the things that we focused on, was making sure that we get to know each other beyond the basketball court. So, I mean, the locker room's strong. So that's what you see on the court. We just, like, it's like little lapses that we have, which we're all new. We have not been playing with each other. That you're seeing. That's why we can't, well, in my opinion, that's why we can't finish out a game. But, like, we're in every game. We just got to figure out how to get over the hump. But, good vibes for the most part. Like, we like each other. But, there's definitely room for improvement, right? Because we are 8-23, so there's definitely room for improvement on how to finish and close out games.
Also agree.
Myisha, it seemed in the first half, New York was able to create some advantages against like hedging, and then the second half, the switching was effective. Just what did you see defensively, kind of within the game flow that worked well tonight?
Us defensively?
Yeah.
We were at the point of attack. I think whenever we're at the point of attack and we do our schemes the correct way, we're on the same page. We're decisive on what we're doing, whatever. If it's hedging, switching, getting a player out, whatever it is, when we're decisive and we do it with, like, conviction, like we know what we're doing and everyone's on the same page, it looks good, and we're able to get those stops and we're able to scramble, not four people running to one person. So, I mean, when it looks really good, that's what we need more of. And I seen, like, the press conference with Chris last practice talking about, like, having an alpha on the court to, like, cover that. I think it definitely is going to come down to everyone chipping in, but it's going to start with, like, Reek and Grace and JJ and myself, and Lou talks too. So, I mean, yes, it's going to take everyone, but it's going to start from our leader right here in Reek, and just putting that oomph on it for her. I think that's the next, I'm getting off topic, but I think that's next progression for her. I mean, yes, sorry. That's the next progression for Reek. She's going to be Defensive Player of the Year in 2 seasons. Which in 2 seasons. Y'all give me 2. We're going to start with first team.
Yeah, make one of the teams first.
Ladies, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good night.
Yes, God bless.
Yeah.
Questions for Coach?
Coach, what's it been like working with so many young players?
It's been all of the things, but mostly fun. This group is really positive, eager. They have lots of stick-to-itiveness, and they haven't been defeated, right? These are tough times. We're putting them in situations. They're getting all sorts of great experiences. And it's easy to swing with it high and low. But what I've been really impressed by, and credit to some of our veteran leadership, is their consistency in their approach day in and day out as they're learning to become pros. So I've just enjoyed every single one of them in terms of helping them to learn what it's like to be a pro and to navigate a tough season.
That second level help, it kind of helped the helper aspect of defense tonight. New York seemed to really take advantage of some slow rotations. How do you work on improving that when you have that lack of roster continuity and injuries and all those things?
Yeah, I mean, this group really needs reps. It's one thing to see it on film, but for younger players, they need to feel it. They need to do it over and over and over again. And so no excuses, but finding those times in practice are few and far between. So that's what you see out there. Like, we're just inconsistent. We have very good moments where we're executing well and it looks like we're proactive and we're seeing things that are happening and we're one step ahead. And then we have a couple of possessions where now we're very reactive and New York's dictating and we're one step behind. So it's consistency is what we're trying to establish.
Coach, what was your message to the team during halftime? They showed a great fight in the third quarter. What did you say to the team?
Yeah, I really wanted us to not let one side of the ball impact the other. And so I thought we just weren't very good offensively in terms of just simple things. Like they spoke to it, right? We were just turning the ball over. We weren't establishing good space. We weren't being physical screeners. And then shots weren't going in, nor were we generating good shots. And so when the offense feels bad, it's easy to let that impact the other side. And I thought we were lackadaisical on the defensive end. I didn't love our intensity and our pressure. So just challenge them to not let one side of the ball impact the other. And then I thought what you saw, the game got really physical in the third quarter and we picked it up. We fouled a lot, sure, but we were aggressive and we were dictating more and we were able to get more stops and run. And now when you can get some easy offense, then when it does slow down, you can execute better offensively because now the ball has gone in. So it was just don't let one side of the ball impact the other. Like, let's have a consistency defensively because that's the side of the ball that we can absolutely control all the time.
Joy.
It's been a tough season. How would you guys say you've dealt with the critical feedback, which I guess I'm a part of apparently, the critical feedback? How would you say you guys have dealt with that as a team?
Yeah, that's your job, first off. So there's no hard feelings. Nothing. I'm not taking anything personal. I look at myself. It's all information, right? And we're all professionals, and we're all trying to be better. So information is information, and you've got to be able to sift through it and take what you can learn from it, and then not let something else impact you, which is easier said than done, right? So everyone's growing. Right? We've got a lot of young ones, but again, I've been really impressed for the most part about their ability to be in control of our narrative and not let others shape our narrative, and really take ownership and charge of that, even when it feels just awful and you're losing tight games and you want it to be different. So you got to get through hard for this to get better. And so again, just thumbs in, not pointing at others, not pointing blame, and again, like letting you guys do your job and not taking that personal, but knowing where we can get better and holding ourselves accountable.
Arike was effective getting to the rim, especially in the third quarter. Just what did you see from her that maybe you can build on offensively, since it was also some seals involved as well too from the bigs?
Yeah, again, loved her aggression to just get down lane lines. I thought they weren't really switching as much as they were in that last game. So now I thought she did a good job of really keeping her dribble, right, hesitating and seeing, okay, now I can really attack post feed and get pieces of the paint. But that's what we need, right? I don't want us to just continue to settle for mid-range, settle for step backs. And so when Arike can get to the rim like that, it's just going to continue to open up things, not only for herself, but for everybody else.
Sure.
I know you already talked about it a little bit, another good good rebounding night. But just talk about the other things on defense in terms of like when they were able to kind of like, mess them a little bit to where they were passing out of bounds and kind of fighting for it a little bit more, not just in that third quarter, but just overall in the game.
Yeah, just intensity, activity, energy, to be able to get deflections, right? Like just challenge them with our ball pressure. I thought in the first half, like we looked silly a bunch. They were beating us on lots of cuts off the ball, and that stuff's going to happen off the ball. But what can help you is if you have pressure on the ball and you can take away vision. And so we did more of that in the second half. And took away some vision to help give protection to some of the screening actions behind the ball.
You went with Grace in that third quarter despite her having 4 fouls already. What did you see, and why was she kind of primarily at the point guard in that frame?
Yeah, just a steadiness, and an organization and a calmness that she brings on both sides of the ball, and the fact that she can continue to push the pace. And I like that she gets it where it needs to go, and she just... she's been a really positive impact for us. So I'm going to continue to lean on Grace. And then everybody else as well, right? That's with a young team. It's, everyone's stepping into roles, and each night it's going to be different. Like I want it to be so consistent every night and know like we're going to get this from this player and this from this player. But that's just not the reality when you have such a young group that hasn't lived through this all the time. So they've just got to be ready, right? Some nights it might be extended minutes for you. And so that's what we're working towards, right? As they continue to grow and learn, it's can we develop more consistency so that, our teammates can rely on us, like they know what I'm going to get every night. There's going to be more dependability, and that'll continue to come with all these young ones.
Rob on the Zoom.
Thank you. Rob Tialkson, the podium finish. Coach Myisha just highlighted how strong the team chemistry is and how the players are really connecting. So from your perspective, what does it say about this group's character and commitment to push hard and keep morale high with all the challenges this season? And how does that energy shape what you're trying to build here in Dallas?
Yeah, credit to our veterans, credit to our locker room, and credit to their intention, again, to stay together, to focus on the process more than the outcome, and to focus on each other. And again, control our narrative and really be about the right things and want to continue to lay solid foundation and solid footing here in Dallas as we continue to go forward.
Last one to Asia.
Hi, Coach. Asia from W Swish. I just kind of wanted to piggyback off that a little bit because I know in today's game it was a low-scoring start, a slow start for you guys. But how do you, as a coach, keep your team together, like in situations like that, to keep them in the right mindset in games like this today?
Yeah. You got to feel it out, right? What's the balance of when do they need to be challenged and pushed versus when do they need to be supported in those moments? And so, tiptoeing that line and feeling it out. But I thought at halftime, challenging them a little bit, and then them, again, really it's on them, right? Like get in there, challenge them, and then challenge them to talk amongst each other and figure it out and hold each other accountable to figure out how we can be better on the floor going forward.